Hello, Knight here. Today I'm going to do a video response to Gemni 888. And I already forgot the title of his video. But basically it was talking about the YWC and how it's changed so much since he was here in 2000. You know, when he came in 2008 and how it's now 2014. And how there's not as much passion when there are so many people trying to compete for the top spot in YouTube. Now, basically, I'm not going to disagree with anything Gemini says. Because I definitely agree. I was not here in 2008. I returned from YouTube in 2012. And I officially joined the YWC on this channel 2013. So, I wasn't here back in 2008. But I was on YouTube in 2007. And I kind of been keeping an eye on, what's been going on throughout the years, somewhat. But Gemini kept asking, what happened to the YWC? Where did all the passion go? And I figure I just want to try to analyze where the passion went. Because there are some great people that, make videos out there that just do it for the fun without monetizing their videos, without trying to, get as many views as they can. And I know lately I've been giving shit to Stevie Breach, for doing fake titles, fake thumbnails. I mean, he does really fake stuff just to get views. But the truth is, he is not the only one. I mean, if you want to watch a good match on Raw, type that in the next day. Look at all the search results of people I've never even heard of with fake thumbnails and titles. You click it, commentary, and it's like, it is horrible. And those people usually don't get noticed. They only get a few views. Well, not a few views, they get 300-400 because of those titles. But Stevie Breach is not the only one. And I'm friends with people here on the YWC that do the same thing, so I'm kind of a hypocrite for calling Stevie Breach out, so I do apologize for that. But let's kind of talk about what happened to the YWC. Why do some people that had so much passion treat this as a job? Is it really their fault? Not really, because YouTube, I forgot when it was, 2009, 2010, they introduced the partner program. And basically, if you could sign to a network, you can get all these great features. And I think a lot of ones tried to do that to get a partnership. And then when they started getting money for their videos, they realized, hey, I can do this into a full-time job. And this is not just in the wrestling community. It has fucking blown up in the Let's Play, the gaming community, to the point where it's fucking ridiculous. But it's, it's a part of YouTube. Once YouTube offered the partnership program, that killed off a lot of passion, because once YouTube started waving money in people's faces, a lot of people jumped in on that. Now, this is a thing that's basically killed off the passion in the YWC. Well, there's a lot of things, but here's one thing. Overcrowdedness. 2008. I was here in 2007. Technically, I was here in 2006. I do have a personal YouTube account. But you could get so many views back then, I mean, back then it was 2006, There wasn't that many people on YouTube. There was, but you could still get noticed. 2008, it was starting to grow. You can get noticed. Now, there's so many people that do wrestling videos that are completely unheard of. It is way too overcrowded. There are too many people trying to do it. And if you're trying to do passionate, good videos, chances are you're not going to be noticed for a year or so. So basically, it's hard to be passionate, to be honest about wrestling, because I know I've roasted Gemini on this in the past, but it's a struggle when you're starting out. When Gemini, the great guy from 2008, came back a few times, and he just was not getting the views he was getting. Had to start from scratch, and it's frustrating to do, really good videos, and not to have the views. I mean, I gave him some feedback, then I started roasting him, but I understand Gemini, it's frustrating as fuck. So basically, it's either you be passionate and get no views, Or you take shortcuts, do misleading titles, misleading thumbnails, misleading tags, misleading descriptions, just to try to get ahead. Now, I'm going to change it up a little bit. This is another area why I think the YWC is dying, why it's not as passionate. It's the overall product of wrestling. And that includes WWE, TNA, ROH, all the indie promotions, Global Force Wrestling when it comes up. We'll have to see how that does. But overall, wrestling is not as good as it was in 2008. Yes, 2008 was a decline when it was changing from the ruthless aggression to the PG, That was after Chris Benoit went batshit. But, wrestling was still fairly popular back then. Now, I actually stopped watching in 2008. I actually got rid of my cable and didn't get it back till like 2010-ish, 2011, somewhere around there. So I missed a few years of wrestling that I didn't even watch at all. But it's hard to be passionate with the current product, In my opinion, wrestling right now is boring. I don't know. And that's just my opinion. I'm not, saying wrestling sucks ass, blah. I mean, there's so much in the wrestling that, for me, I'm not as passionate right now. I know I'll go back, I always do. And when the product is mediocre, how are you going to start on YouTube being passionate? And another thing that's kind of, killed the YWC is drama. I admit, I eat up drama quite a bit, I try not to get into it, but watching it is fun. You have to admit that. But it's also a cancer to the YWC, and it has hurt, this community quite a bit. When you have a lot of great people, saying, well, I don't like what this guy's doing, I'm going to just, do an opinion, then they do an opinion, then they start fighting with each other, and it just gets out of hand. There's too much of that in this community, and it's hard to be passionate when, one, everyone's fighting, and two, everyone's eating up the drama, So basically this video is going on a little too long. So basically, why is the YWC dead right now? One, being overcrowded. It's hard to be passionate when you don't get noticed, and even though I've bitched about people who's done this, I understand why they do. Why they use fake titles, why they use fake thumbnails. It's the only way you can get your video through YouTube. Unless you're like a known person here that's been here for a while that does great videos. If you're new, you're going to have to take some shortcuts just to get noticed. I mean, that's a sad reality of this website. Basically, that's what YouTube and that's what Google has turned this website into. Another reason why there's not as much passion in the YWC, when YouTube decided to monetize videos and allow people to get money from it. Because when you wave money in people's faces and they see an opportunity, especially people who do videos all the time, why not make a few cents here? Just sign up for, monetization, make sure you're following the stupid guidelines. Do exactly the videos you're doing, and you can make money. But I understand that some people will just do a video. I mean, it's not as bad in the YWC. Did anyone remember the Reply Girl bullshit that happened like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? That was fucking horrible. That was money whoring. That was bad when there was like a popular video. They'd copy the title. They'd copy the tags back when those were visible. And just do a fucking random shit. And people would click it just because it was similar to their most popular video. And then they'd get money. I mean, YWC is not to that point, and it never will be. But it is getting bad in some areas. And of course, one of the things that has basically made the YWC dead is the product itself. Who's going to do a review on Adam Rose's match against Damian Sandow on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? Who's going to be passionate about that? Yeah, Adam Rose. Fucking stupid. Seriously, that's the dumbest gimmick I think I have seen in the past, 4 or 5 years or so. I mean, I don't like Adam Rose. I don't get Adam Rose. That's my opinion. That's me personally. If you like Adam Rose, that's fine. But I'm just speaking for myself. So basically, that's kind of my opinion. I was taking what Gemini said in his video, and I wasn't going to roast him, so he's probably watching this, waiting for me to, like, drop some Perry Como references to him, but no, I just wanted to analyze what he said, because he got me thinking, why is the YWC basically dead? What happened to the passion? Why is it all about the money? So I figured I'd talk about it and make, my own opinion about it. But one thing I always like to do with my opinions to help me figure things out better is get feedback from you. You watching. What do you think about this? What do you think what I said? Are you a person that, does stuff for money? If you just does fake titles, leave a comment. Are you a person that, legitimately has great passion for the wrestling business and does great videos? Leave a comment. Any feedback that you have on my video will help me kind of, put things together more in my head. Because I like to think about shit. I like to analyze it, tear it up, rip it apart, put stuff together, put it back together, and make like a more educated guess on, I just like to do that. And your feedback helps. So, thank you for watching. Jekyll Knight signing out. And if you're not subscribed to Gemini 888, links in the description. Jekyll Knight signing out. Perry Como.